I know, I know. Usually I'm not one for just sitting here running my mouth while you watch me stir plastic like a witch with a cauldron. But today, I got a few things to say, so you get to watch. Lucky you. Try to stay awake. I'll stir. You'll watch. We'll see what the plastic gods cook up. Thrilling, ain't it? Here's the thing. You want to learn? You gotta do. And to do, you gotta have stuff. Makes perfect sense, right? Even my half-calf brain can handle that. But to get that stuff, two options. Either you got deep pockets, and mine are so shallow, they whistle when I walk, or somebody gives you a leg up. Look at me. Late 60s. My knees sound like stepping on a bag of potato chips. My back is held together with baling wire and spite. When I was your age, I'd have loved somebody to throw me a bone. Instead, I got a lot of advice and a pat on the head. So now, I'm old, cranky, and I've seen it all. Time to give back a little. Call it paying it forward. Call it guilt. Call it me being too stubborn to take my pension and go fish. So here we are. Now, bait making? That's a whole different rodeo. And this ain't a way to get rich, trust me. For most of us, it's a hobby. A very expensive, plastic fume-inhaling hobby. There's hundreds of choices, thousands even. You start mixing colors together, and pretty soon you feel like a mad scientist with a hangover. But here's the kicker. How do you let somebody test a new silica color, powder or flake when measuring? It is harder than getting my blood pressure taken at the DMV. Spoiler alert. It ain't easy. Take this flake. If I tried to measure you out a fraction of a gram, like 1/20th if you want the math, it'd stick to the cup like a tick on a hound dog. Or worse, I'd sneeze and poof. There goes your sample into the carpet. And now my dog's eating $100 bills worth of colorant. So somehow I got smarter. I had a brainstorm, and beads were born. Maybe it was a bad dream and my handful of pills in color. Who knows? Don't ask how. The point is, they work. Look at these little guys, all the colors of a unicorn with a stomach flu. You drop one, maybe two if you're feeling dangerous, into your plastic. They melt like a snowball on a hot grill. And bam, you get the color. No mess, no scale, no sneeze disasters. Now, while I've been yapping, I've been stirring this mess. See that? That's a color flake. A highlight, they call it. Fancy word for shiny stuff. Right now, it's going from mud puddle to kinda gold. All right, so here's the deal. This little introduction, it's just the warm-up. Behind me, or rather in front of you if you keep watching, there's more videos. One for each color. We're gonna look at a few. Maybe a dozen. Maybe the whole dang shop, all 1,000 or so of them. Who knows? Depends entirely on when my arm falls off or my bladder gives out. I'm old. I get tired. But until then, we stir. We talk. We make bait. This whole bead thing? A precise measuring device shrunk down to a single bead. Think of it like cup of noodles. You add hot water, you got soup. You drop in a bead, you got bait. And you don't have to watch me stir for another 5 minutes. But you will. 'Cause look at that swirl. Ooh. It's hypnotic. It's like a snow globe on the mantle that just keeps going. So stick around. We'll start with this oil swirl highlight, then add some black flake, then move to that radioactive booger green and whatever else I got in my sticky fingers. Each color gets its own few minutes in the spotlight. No rush. I ain't going anywhere, except maybe to the bathroom. Now let's see what this plastic turns into. My arm's getting tired already. On to the next color. You ready? Good. 'Cause I'm stirring either way. All right, as promised. Welcome back to the same video, same messy table, Same questionable life choices. So continuing on from our last brilliant conversation, let's stir our way into the very first color build. And I do mean stir. We're not making a salad dressing. But go ahead and pretend it's vinaigrette, if that helps. This right here, gonna be a fine plate. Not quite a pigment, more like a fancy, sparkly flake. You know, the kind that makes you go, ooh. This is what they call an oil can finish, or as the cool kids say, motor oil. Yeah, everybody's been seeing about 12 different motor oils out there from 3 different manufacturers. And of course, they all have a little different look. Because why would anything be simple? This one's actually more of a fine flake than a pigment. But hey, depends on the cut, depends on the phase of the moon, depends on how much coffee I've had. That determines how dense it acts in the plastic. We're gonna build this from the ground up, nothing but the flake first, straight into clear plastic. Then we'll sneak in some random cut black to give it a little attitude. And after that, just a tiny pop of contrasting flake, a little larger, kind of a blue-green, like a moody mermaid, all designed to be subtle. We're not trying to blind anyone or overpower the plastic. We're just suggesting, flirting, really. You can always add as much or as little as you want. That's the fun part. You're the boss of your own goo. So here they all are, each stage of the process pumped into this little whip wad, and you can see it all. Plastic and oil can, then with a little black, and finally with that touch of green highlight flake. It's your call. And we're showing only the colors. You can play with the density, and that's the whole point. Go nuts or don't. Still not your dad.